Hello and welcome to Aaron's Comic Corner. Brand new this week, all over the world in comic shops, is Transformers More Than Meets the Eye #1. And after reading it, I'd like to share a few of my thoughts with everyone. Transformers More Than Meets the Eye #1 is a reboot of sorts for IDW's Transformers series. I'll start by saying, shiny cover! But I'll continue by saying that although this first issue is a decent enough jumping-on point for new readers, it does reference events from IDW's earlier Transformers series, and may be slightly confusing to those same new readers. The story centers on Rodimus, who is taking off from a recently made habitable Cybertron in his ship, the Lost Light, in search of the Knights of Cybertron and a mystical place called Cyber Utopia. He makes a speech to all of Cybertron, hoping to attract a crew for the Lost Light. Over 200 Cybertronians join him, including Autobots, Decepticons, and even non-aligned robots. Did I mention that the Autobot-Decepticon Civil War is now over, with hordes of neutral Cybertronians having been called back to Cybertron now that the war has ended? Of course, all that is more relevant to this book's sister title, Robots in Disguise, which is out in a few weeks. This issue's story concludes with a to-be-continued that involves the Lost Light's launch not going quite as planned, and a mysterious message from the future foreshadowing things to come. On the artwork end, the issue was drawn by Nick Roche. I'll say I'm on the fence about this guy because while his artwork is fun, it has that cartoony quality about it that's better found in Japanese manga than in a Western comic book about giant robots. To make matters a bit more confusing and also a little uncertain is the fact that Nick Roche will not be continuing on More Than Meets the Eye after this issue. So art-wise, it still hasn't hit whatever stride it's going to hit with its regular artist who starts up with issue #2. This one book is far and away the best Transformers story I've read in a while from IDW. Much better than the slightly disappointing Chaos storyline that recently wrapped up. I'll admit I wasn't sure how this series would play out, and I still am not sure, but if it keeps up with the momentum set by this first issue, I think it may have a bright future ahead. All in all, I feel as though this is a fantastic beginning for Transformers comics in 2012, and let's hope it only gets better from here.